America is forced to listen to everything Israel says. Israel has been blackmailing the US. Why and how is Israel blackmailing the US? According to a claimed report published in the Washington Times, Jeffrey Epstein was a Mossad agent. A convicted sex offender allegedly worked for Israel while running a blackmail operation. From US universities to the US media, from cartoons to the US government, and even Hollywood, Israel has taken control of all of these. In this video, we will discuss about how Israel allegedly influences or blackmails America. In the end, we will also talk about how Israel blackmails American presidents. It appreciates Israel for the very things America criticizes other countries for. Despite pressuring the world on human rights, the US refused to call the deaths of Palestinians in Gaza a genocide.
What's happening is not genocide. We reject that.
Why is the US so partial toward Israel? Why does the US, which presents itself as a messiah of peace and human rights, suddenly shut down in front of Israel? Because Israel has strategically established its lobbying and diplomatic influence in America. That is, from US universities to the US media, from cartoons to the US government, Israel has placed its influence and propaganda across American society so that it can secure support from the US whenever needed. First, let's start with lobby diplomacy, which Israel developed by creating a soft corner among American citizens and their children. In fact, it is so deep that even today, children in the US learn about the history of Israel through cartoons. Take a look at the famous cartoon series Superbook. Throughout the series, it is shown how great Israel and Jewish history are. Specifically, if you look at episode 24 of the series, it directly says that Jews had lived in Jerusalem from the beginning and were heavily persecuted. That is why the main character of the series plans to build a wall, like the Great Wall of China, to protect Jerusalem.
The work was hard and sweet, for it was to protect their own city, their houses, and the great and holy Jewish temple.
This is basically a silent message for all Americans that Israel should protect itself from its neighbors. So basically, cartoons have been targeted, and a soft corner for Israel has been developed in the minds of Americans since childhood, so that, in the future, whatever happens against it, the sympathy of America and the people there will always remain with Israel. Next, the core of any country's ideology is its universities. After reaching the university level, a child becomes more politically aware, understands the dynamics of their own country as well as foreign countries, and basically, their ideological inclination is shaped by universities. And that's why Israel has also focused a lot on American universities. Look at this list. It includes the names of at least 10 to 15 top publication houses in the world, including market leaders in education like National Geographic, Discovery Education, McGraw-Hill, and Pearson. According to a report, all these companies publish soft pro-Jewish propaganda in their publications at the behest of an Israeli organization. Basically, they narrate history from the angle of Israel, from the perspective of Israel. For example, it is mentioned in reports that, at the behest of an organization, these publication houses deleted mentions of Palestine and the West Bank from their books. According to reports, these ICS are heavily funded by Israel, and their mission is to propagate a pro-Jewish version of history all over the world. Not only this, but 20% of the professors teaching at top universities in the US are also Jewish. Can you believe that? Funding Hollywood. If someone gains influence over Hollywood alone, then the propaganda of their country can spread across 195 countries because Hollywood movies are watched in almost every part of the world. Now, if we understand this, then wouldn't Israel understand it as well? Just look at these movies: Exodus, Munich, The Siege, Waltz with Bashir, and the Oscar-winning Schindler's List. There are many more such movies, but these are just a few examples. According to this argument, three things are very common in all these films: pro-Israel sentiments, strong sympathy toward Israel, and the glorification of Israel as an important and powerful nation. The directors of all these movies are Americans who are Jewish by religion, and they are not alone. Some reports claim that a large percentage of Hollywood writers and directors are Jewish. In addition, according to certain reports, the owners of 4 major film production companies in America are also Jewish. Because of this, critics argue that some Hollywood movies actively promote pro-Israel sentiments, which helps spread sympathy for Israel not only among Americans, but also across many countries around the world. Globally, American news is considered one of the most credible news sources. According to the New Republic, CNN, ABC, and NBC news channels are controlled by Israel. CNN directly covered the 2023 Israel-Hamas war with the approval of the Israeli Defense Forces. Shockingly, 61 of the biggest news outlets in the US are pro-Israel. The CEOs of the top 3 news media companies are also Jewish. In fact, the owner of the New York Times is also Jewish. So, the news media outlets that are followed by the whole world, which not only shape the perspective of America, but also of the entire world, are under Israel's influence. Most people and most nations in the world are Christians. So, Israel used such a strategy that, in one move, they brought all these countries to their side. Let me give you a hint. Many terrorist organizations also use this strategy for their own purposes. Yes, religious interpretation. Of course, in the case of Israel, according to me, it has been used quite positively. Just look at this.
Jewish people are God's chosen people. The Bible says 55 times that land shall be Israel's land forever.
Israel is not a political issue, it's a Bible issue.
The Israel issue is not a political issue. It is a Bible issue. That means Israel's issue is not political at all. It is a religious issue. Every evangelist in the US tells this to their own people. It is written in Genesis 12 of the Bible that God has promised the Jews the land of Israel, and that is why every Christian has a duty to support and protect Israel. Even in US elections, Israel has such an influence that today, no matter which party forms the government, every party has to make pro-Israel policies. And even after this, if a US minister does not listen, then these people resort to arm twisting. One incident is mentioned in a book called Clinton Inc., in which US President Bill Clinton was allegedly threatened by Israeli PM Benjamin Netanyahu regarding Jewish American journalist Jonathan Pollard, who was sentenced by the US. It was claimed that Israel had recorded Bill Clinton's intimate conversations with his intern, Monica Lewinsky. After that, they allegedly threatened that if he did not listen to Israel, the recordings would be made public. Just think about it. From cartoons in a superpower like the US to the news media, from universities to the governmental level, if Israel is able to strengthen its roots, then this is definitely a well-planned strategy executed by every political party, bureaucrat, and prime minister of Israel. And the most shocking thing is that all over the world, most Jews have supported Israel in this. And with that, this video comes to an end. What do you think about Israel and America's relationship? Share your opinion in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this documentary, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more deep documentary content. Thank you for watching.